Hello and welcome back. This is my second part of the video, I guess, of the Mountil 235 install. My first video, which I'll try and put a link somewhere above now, will show the airbox install, and then the install of the software onto the car, and my initial sort of how it all went together. I've had it now about a week. I've been playing about with it. I've got a lot more things that I have sussed out on it. So what I think I'll do is I'll go and get in the car. I'll load the app up. I can explain exactly what happens, because obviously originally I only got 2 maps sent to me and I wasn't sure why. Mountain just didn't send me the stock map or the immobiliser app. I don't know why, but as soon as I emailed them the next morning, they turned up. So, and they all work on the car as well. So, my car is currently parked around the corner in another garage that I rent, where I normally keep my BMW in. But as we're in lockdown at the moment, my BMW's here because I'm trying to do a bit of work on that at the same time, which I am filming, and I will show you. It's just taking a bit of time to get a lot of things organised and getting deliveries of some bits I needed for the brakes. But I haven't even shown anyone around the car yet, so that will probably be in a follow-up video after this. So I'll get the car, I'll load a map into the car, I'll take the car for a drive. While we're driving around, I'll explain what other bits and pieces I want to try and do to the car, and maybe some of you guys watching might be able to give me some advice on some bits and pieces. So let's go and grab the car, and we'll carry on from there. Hi there, so back in the car. I've had to wheel the car back at the garage because it was way too dark in there to film, so I've literally just rolled it out enough, the front's still sticking in the garage, just so I can get the doors open and access the car, so there's a bit of light in here. The car was stored in the garage in the immobiliser state, which you download onto the dongle through the OBD port. So basically when you try and, or if anyone smashes the window, I don't know, have the key, anything, even if you try and start it, I'll put my foot on the clutch, push the start button, it's literally all it does is turn over, and that's it. So I think with that in mind, if you were leaving your car for a long period of time, I would suggest that you put it into this mode. It's not a 5-minute job. Well, I suppose 5 minutes to put it from whatever map you've got on there onto the immobiliser. So I don't think I'll be able to justify putting it into the immobiliser app every night when I've parked up, because obviously you just can't jump in the car and drive away. So realistically, are you going to do it every day? I don't think I will. But where I park my car at night is in a secure place anyway. I think when it's away from my home, I will be parking it and probably inputting it in the immobiliser app. But I'll run through with you now how to put the map onto the car, and then I'll run through a few bits and pieces that I've found out since I've done the first video. Right, so I've got the app now loaded up on my phone. Looks like this. You'll see it on the screen recording as well. So what you need to do is you need to turn the ignition on to the car. Don't put the foot on your clutch, so it will try and start. Let's turn the old auto headlights off. It just try and start the car, but obviously you can't because it's an immobiliser app anyway. So all you need to be able to do is just to put the ignition on. So that's the way you do that. Let's just turn this off here. So to do the programming, you just basically on the phone you click on the program vehicle. Now in here what you'll see is there should be 4 files now. It's just trying to detect my vehicle, which is done. So if I push program, now on here you can see there's 4 files now. So the top one's the stock map, the second one's the immobiliser app, and then you've got these 2 performance maps, which I weren't sure why I had 2 of originally. So if you look back on my email that I received from Mountune in the first video, link somewhere, you'll see on that email that it says that the EU one is just the standard one which they developed from originally, and the ASMO one is the one that they've changed about a bit purely for I think some customers had asked for the rev limiter to be lifted when you're stationary, and I believe it also makes the rev limiter higher when you're in the launch control. It's something silly like that. It doesn't really affect what the car does when you're driving it as normal. I think the only difference is that when you're stationary. So I've used them both and they both seem to do the same thing. So so to load the map on the car, obviously you've still got your ignition on. You click on the map you want, it comes up ready. You make sure the ignition's on, the engine is not running, the handbrake is engaged, and the car battery is not low. So once obviously you make sure that's not the case for any of these, push program on the app. It does all this weird stuff again on the dash, which it does every single time. It doesn't matter what you load onto the car, it does this. There's all messages come up on the dash, there's messages come up on the screen, but it's never caused me an issue once. So it normally comes up with a quick percentage which goes around quick, and then after that it goes up. Yeah, so there's the quick one. It then compresses whatever data it's found, and then it starts doing the full update. So if you take note now of the time at the top on my phone, 10:33, you'll get a rough idea how long this takes, because I'm now gonna put some music on and we'll fast forward to the end. Okay, so that's it done. So I ask you to turn the ignition off, turn the ignition on, and that is it done. There you go, successful. So the reason it's dinging, I think, because the door's open. So I mean, I think you need to allow yourself 5 minutes. Realistically, it's now 57. It was on 33. Sorry, not 57, 37. To start with, so I think 5 minutes is a fair time to swap from one map to the other. I've seen people say 2 minutes, 3 minutes, but you'll never do it in that time. You've got to allow 5 minutes. So I'll just start the car up now, just to show that everything now works. Starts up fine. So what I'll do now is I'll just back up, shut the garage down, and we'll go for a little spin up the road. And I'll sort of just explain to you what other sort of plans I've got for the car in the meantime. I just had to pull a car up. I've locked the garage up now. I've just repositioned the camera, so hopefully they're a little bit better for this driving. So let's go for a little spin, warm the car up, and then I can show you guys how well it drives. So with the Maltoon M235, I've sort of read a few mixed comments, to be fair, because obviously it's quite expensive for the money, I'm guessing. I know the Revo stuff is a little bit cheaper, but you get, I don't know, do you get what you pay for? Yeah, you get what you pay for. I know there's never been any issues with this upload or upgrade. What's fucking Balin doing here? So it is what it is, you know. I'm happy with what I've got, and I'm sure you can all make your own mind up if you've got it, and whatever other software you've got. So I'm just concentrating on getting out of here without running over people. So you can see from the app how easy it is to change from whatever map you want to the other. The only thing is, you've got to bear in mind you've got 5 minutes. 5 minutes to change over from one to the other. I mean, I can't see myself swapping on a regular basis, only if I know the car's going to be parked up for a long period of time. On a day-to-day basis, going to work every morning, 5 minutes is 5 minutes more you get in bed, I suppose, isn't it? But it's your choice, I suppose. I'm lucky where I live. I can lock my car up quite safely at night anyway, so there's no chance of anything, or hopefully no chance of anything ever happening. So I think the main thing, the other things I've got to do to this car is I've got the throttle body Maltoon upgrade, which is already here. I'm going to try and fit that tomorrow. So basically that gives you, I don't think, I've seen comments where it can give you more power. Does it give you more power? I don't know. The throttle body itself is smoother inside, and it's got a slightly bigger diameter of the bore, I believe. I really can't see how much difference that's going to make, but I might be surprised. The only other guy I've seen on YouTube that's fitted it seems to think that he can see a bit of a difference. So I'll hopefully in the next couple of days I'll be able to find out myself. So we'll see. I think the other upgrade that I really want to do on this is I want to make the exhaust sound a bit better. Now, I know I'm going to have to do something with the exhaust. I don't really want to change the stock look too much. I don't want to really play about with the running of the car too much, with taking the GPF filter off or the cat off. I know I can do a cat upgrade, which should keep it stock so it runs through an MOT. I'm not sure about putting a GPF sort of delete onto this, because I think it'll fail the MOT and I'll have to keep changing things around every time. So I don't know. I'm looking, hopefully someone out there might know and be able to give me some proper advice. The problem is you read on the internet loads of stuff and you never really know what to believe half the time, because one person says one thing, one person says the other, and what do you believe? I don't know myself sometimes. I think it's just, you have to make that decision and go with it, and hopefully it works. So with the exhausts, I know there's 3 main exhausts I can get for this. There's the Cobra, the Miltech and the Scorpion. Now, I'm not sure which one is the quietest. Someone out there might know. And I'm not sure which one will give you the better performance. I mean, I don't really see there being much difference between all three, to be fair, for performance wise. I know with the valve system on the exhaust, which I want to keep, when you open the valve or put it into sports mode, it just opens up the second exhaust pipe on the car, which is just a straight through pipe. So I believe, don't hold me to that, but that's what I think happens anyway. So I mean, I'm open to comments for which pipe to fit. Hopefully someone will be able to tell me which one's the loudest, which one's the quietest, and maybe which one gives you the better performance. I'm happy to spend the money if I know. I just need to know which one really is going to be best for me. I'm also sort of half considering fitting some sort of splitter on the front with the side skirts, and then you get the rear little wings on the back. I've seen 2 or 3 different sorts. I don't want nothing too big. So I know SCC does quite a few different ones. You can get some off CE UK as well. I think they're the same brand, just sold through different companies. So I will get something, but I'm just sort of trying to make my mind up what's best. Because I know with the exhaust, some of them you can get black tips, which I do like the look of, but you're paying an extra 150 quid for some of these extra tips, you know, just to get them black, whereas I do want to try and keep the stock look, so I think I will end up going with the polished chrome or polished stainless or whatever they are. So the car is now starting to get up to temperature, at proper running temperature. I've sort of done a few miles now, and the gearbox should be warm as well. So I think what I'll do here is I'll put it now into sports mode, which we're now in. That just opens the exhaust up, gives you a better throttle response. Makes the exhaust pop a bit as well. Just with this 235 upgrade, as soon as you put your foot down, the car just wants to go. There was a bit of a lag without this. I think that's what I noticed more than anything is the throttle response. It doesn't matter what gear you're in. I'm in 4th now. You put your foot down and it just goes, you know. And before there was a bit of a delay with the turbo lag, and yeah, I could definitely notice a difference with that. And I do think that without this tune on, you get to 5,000 revs and it sort of just felt like you needed to change gear, because it was sort of not pulling anymore after that. So with this on, with this tune on, well, what a difference it makes. Makes a massive difference. Don't know if this bloke wanted to go. No, wanted to go down here really. There you go. So yeah, the difference it makes is something else. With the airbox or the air cleaner, you can hear a lot more induction noise, and you can hear the turbo when you let off a bit. I wouldn't say it's a massive difference from the original stock map to what I've got, but 30 brake horsepower, you can feel you've got that extra 30 brake horsepower. Whether you'd notice it so much around the roads, I don't know. On a track, I think you'd notice that difference on lap times. If you was timing yourself, you'd definitely know the difference. Right, so that's the end of my little drive for the day. Really, I'm just sort of heading home now. So if you, like I said, if you've got any comments on what exhaust you think that needs to go on this, let me know, and I'll look into what is best. Also, keep your eyes open for the next video on the throttle body upgrade from Mountain. I'll do a full installation video like I have done before, and I'll also then do a run round afterwards. Like I said, I don't think it's going to be much different to this, but I think just by fitting it, it's going to make me think that I might have done something better for the car. So keep your eyes open. I will film anything that I do to the car, especially fitting the exhaust. I plan on trying to fit the exhaust at home on my own, whatever one I decide to go for. I just need to work out which. So just let me know if there's anything you want me to do to this car or see me do, talk through again in more depth. I want to try and keep things as real as possible on here. I've had a few comments where people have said it's nice to see someone being truthful and honest about the installs that I'm doing, so I will do that. I don't want to be influenced by any other companies. So anyhow, with that in mind, stay safe out there, everybody. I will be updating as many videos as I can over the next few weeks, so keep your eyes peeled. Just to help me out, like the video, goes a long way. So all the best. See you in the next one.